How's it going, lads? We've just got the official announcement. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 3 is set for Friday, July 11th at Madison Square Garden. A historic trilogy fight between two of the greatest female fighters of all time. But let's be real, does this fight actually make sense? Katie Taylor has already beaten Serrano twice, and while both fights were competitive, the scorecards went in Taylor's favour both times. Meanwhile, there's a much more intriguing fight out there in my opinion. Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron 3. That's the real rivalry. Both are 1-1 against each other, and it's a true grudge match that needs settling. So let's break this all down. Let's not get it twisted. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 1 was one of the greatest women's fights in history. An absolute war at Madison Square Garden in 2022. The atmosphere was electric. Taylor edged out a razor close decision. Fast forward to 2024, they rematched in Arlington, Texas on the undercard of Tyson versus Jake Paul. Serrano wanted revenge, but Taylor was able to edge it out again in another masterclass performance by both women. So why are they running it back for a third time? What's left to prove? Some will argue Serrano deserves another shot after two very contentious decisions went against her. One fighter already has won both. It starts to feel unnecessary. Like really, are we going to bring Tyson Fury into the ring against Usyk again to hope that he wins this third fight? I don't think so. Now in my opinion, if there's one fight that does make sense, it's the trilogy between Katie Taylor and Chantelle Cameron. Cameron shocked the world in 2023 when she handed Taylor her first ever loss. It was a huge moment showing Taylor could be beaten, and especially in Ireland for her homecoming fight, for her to lose, it was crazy. But in the rematch, Taylor bounced back, adjusting her game plan and getting revenge. So now, they are tied 1-1. That's a real rivalry. That's a fight that needs to happen. Why is Taylor chasing a third fight over Serrano when she has unfinished business with Cameron? That's the fight that could truly cement her legacy. On the flip side, let's talk about Amanda Serrano. She's an all-time great, a multi-division world champion, and one of the biggest names in women's boxing. But does she even need this trilogy? After the second loss, it might make more sense for her to move on, chase undisputed in another weight class, or look for a new challenge. Another loss to Taylor could hurt her legacy more than help it. One fight that I'd love to see Serrano in is a fight against Skye Nicholson. I think their styles would very much clash in a great spectacle for the audience. A slick counterpuncher in Nicholson versus a true grit and determination Serrano. Hopefully one day we'll see this fight, as we could see a unification in that division. So my final thoughts. At the end of the day, Taylor versus Serrano 3 will sell. There's history, there's star power, and it's happening at MSG again. But from a pure boxing perspective, it just doesn't feel necessary. Now, will I be watching this? Definitely. But do I think it's necessary? Not really. I'm always going to clamour on about the real fight that needs to happen in Taylor versus Cameron 3. That's the trilogy with real stakes. But what do I know? I'd like to know what you guys think. Does Taylor versus Serrano 3 make sense, or is it just another money grab? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.
Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Who wins that fight?
Katie's gonna beat her motherfucking ass.
The truth, Mike.